Hello everyone, wishing you all a brilliant and beautiful morning. So in our previous classes we have learned about the farming practices. So we have learned farming practices. It is divided into three parts. They are crop variety improvement, crop production management and crop protection management. So we have seen every details of crop variety improvement. Today we will learn the crop production improvement. So how the word itself we can understand how to improve the production of the crop. So let us learn it in details. So for the crop production improvement or for the crop production management, a farmer's purchasing capacity for farming inputs decides the cropping system and the production practices. So based on this production practices, it could be the following level. What are the level? It could be of no cost production, low cost production and high cost production. So high cost production, as we all know, so we will be having lots of land, lots of seeds will be sown over there, we will be using harvesters, we will be using the lot of appliances. So we will be using tools, we will be using plows. So all these things we will be using and we will be having the huge production. And in the low cost, we will be using less of these. And in the no cost, we will be using everything will be manual there. Still we will be having a huge production there. So moving forward. So here in the crop production improvement or in the management, the following areas are considered important for improvement. What are the following areas? Nutrient management, irrigation and cropping patterns. So nutrient management. So plants cannot go and drink, or plants cannot ask, I want 1 glass of Horlicks, or I need 1 glass of Boost, or I need Complan. They cannot say like that. So whenever we require nutrients, our mummy, our papa gives us Horlicks or Boost, whatever nutrients, extra nutrients are needed or necessary, that will be provided by our parents. So the farmers provided nutrients. Okay, so nutrient management. So plants requires nutrients for the growth. So here we will be learning about 2 types of nutrients, micronutrients and macronutrients. So micronutrients means the nutrients that which is required in the lesser amount. And macronutrients means the nutrients that which is required in a larger amount. So what could be the examples for the micronutrients and macronutrients? Micronutrients, iron, then copper, zinc, molybdenum. These can be the micronutrients. So that which is needed in the lesser amount. Macronutrients means that which is needed in a higher amount. The nutrients required for the growth of the plant, for the development of the plants. That could be nitrogen, that could be phosphorus, that could be potassium, that could be magnesium, that could be sulfur. So it could be these elements. So these are regarding the micronutrients and macronutrients. So now let us move forward with the nutrient management. So deficiency of the nutrients affects the physiological processes in plants, including the reproduction, growth, and it may be susceptibility to diseases. So it may be susceptible to the diseases also. It may affect the growth of the plants. So for that we have here the nutrient management. What are the nutrient management? How can be the soil enriched? Soil can be enriched by the supplying these type of nutrients. What are they? They are manures and fertilizers. Manures and fertilizers. So let us know the differences between the manures and fertilizers. What are the differences between the manures and fertilizers? Manures can be of the excreta of the living organisms. Then it could be the vegetable, the waste items, the vegetable peels, domestic waste. Okay, it can be the decomposition of the animal waste, or it can be the organic biological waste. So all these composed of manures. Fertilizers means it is a commercially produced plant nutrients. So fertilizer is a commercially produced plant nutrient. So what is the differences between this? Fertilizer will be ensuring the fast pace of vegetative growth. That's what we are using the fertilizer. Though the manures are good for our soil, for the fertility of our soil. To enrich our soil, we do use manures. So these are the differences between the manures and the fertilizers. So we all know for the crop production improvement, water is necessary. Without water, we cannot survive. plants also cannot survive without water. So water is required. So for the farmers in the olden times, they used two types of method, that is dug well method and tube well method. The dug well method, we all know that we have the bucket here, we have a rope here, we should draw from the well, and we should pour the water. And in the tube well method, we have motor, we have pump. With the modern technique, we can pour the water. So these are the older methods that which were used by the farmers. And then afterwards, the canal system was being introduced from the rivers. They constructed the canals. So here we have the image. So from the rivers and over, they have constructed the canals, and they have utilized it for the various purposes. They have diverted it to the various villages or to the specific area wherever it is required, and the canal system is of that. And next we have river lift system. So we might have seen in the rivers this type of pipes, various pipes, the tubes are being connected, and these will be diverted or reach to the particular area, to the particular villages. So we can conserve the water, or we can have the water for the farming or for the good production. So that is river lift system. That means lifting the water from the river to the for the various purposes, to the various places. So river lift system, various pipes, as you can see here in the image, various pipes are being connected and the water is being utilized. And one more thing that they use is that huge tanks. So huge tanks you might have seen in the villages and all, they will be conserving the water in that huge tanks, and that will be diverted to the villages for the various purposes. And next, for the crop production improvement, we have different types of cropping patterns. So cropping patterns means there should be a definite type of pattern for the crops. So here we have mixed cropping, intercropping and crop rotation. So let's see here, mixed cropping. So growing two or more crops simultaneously on the same piece of land. So whenever we do the mixed cropping, what we do? We do cultivate two types of. So for example, if we are cultivating wheat and mustard, so we will be just seeing that whether these crops are complementary to each other. So one will be consuming more nutrients, another will be consuming less nutrients. That's what I mentioned as a complementary to each other. So in the mixed cropping, we will see the crop that which is complementary to each other, then only we will be cultivating that. So for example, wheat will be consuming more nutrients, mustard does not need that much nutrients, so it will grow. So in that way, we will be cultivating. So what are the advantages? So it reduces the risk of the farmers, and there will not be failure of crops. Either one of them we will be getting. So that's what the advantages of mixed cropping is. Then moving forward to intercropping. So as you can see here in the image, intercropping, also growing multiple crops. That means two or more than two crops can be. So in one row. So as you have seen in the assembly, morning assembly, the boys will be standing in one row, the girls will be standing in another row, in that way. So here also we will be having a definite pattern. So in one pattern we will be sowing soya bean, in another pattern we will be sowing maize, or in another one millet or the cowpea. In this way there will be a definite pattern in the intercropping. So hope you might have understood. So the crops are selected such that their nutrients requirements are different. So according to that only we will be selecting the crops, as I have told you. So what are the advantages? Here also the fertility of soil can be increased. Farmers will be having less risk, and either in one season one crop is being obtained, another season otherwise even if failure occurs in one crop, other crop is there, the farmers can go and sell the crop that which is available, and here the farmers can have win-to-win situation. So soil can be enriched, the fertility of the soil can be maintained. That are the advantages of intercropping. Then moving forward to the crop rotation. So crop rotation, what is happening here? Crop is being rotated here. So different crops, here also the same thing, different crops will be grown here. Once the potato family is grown here, then the next leguminous plant we all know that leguminous plant. What are the advantages of leguminous plant? Leguminous plant will be fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. So that can enrich the soil, that can increase the fertility of the soil. That's what we do with the leguminous plant. Okay, we do cultivate the leguminous plant. So after the particular family, leguminous plant, then the cabbage, beetroot, then the root plant, the radish, cabbage, everything. In this way, the crops are being rotated. Okay, so here also what is the advantage? One season we will be getting one type of crop, in another season we will be getting another type of crop. In this way crop will be rotating. What is the advantages of this one? Here also the advantages is that the soil is being enriched, the fertility of the soil is being maintained, the farmer's risk will be little less, so it reduces the risk of the farmers. Either one of it they will be obtaining, so they will be happy, nature will be happy, the farmers will be happy, and we will be having win-to-win situation here. So that is the advantages of the crop rotation. So hope you might have understood the differences between the mixed cropping, the intercropping and the crop rotation. So now last we have the crop protection management. So first two if we are doing it properly, and the third one if we are not doing, then we will not be getting the proper crop. So crop protection is also very important. So what we must do? What to protect in the crop? So there will be weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are undesirable plants that which is growing in the crop, among the crop. So what we have to do? We have to remove it. How to remove it? By applying the organic weedicides we can remove it. So thus we can protect the crops. And also there are some external agents that which is attacking the crop. What are they? They can be insects, they can be pathogens, they can be virus, there can be bacteria. So as we, the human being, are exposed to all these things, they are also exposed to that, and we have to protect the plant from all this. So what we do? We do apply insecticides, we do apply pesticides, we do apply weedicides. All these are sprayed over to protect our crop. So once again, winding up this portion, that's what we have learned in this chapter is that farming practices can be divided into three parts. I have taught you about the crop variety improvement, how to have the crop production. So for the crop production we have learned nutrient management, then we have learned irrigation, then we have learned the cropping patterns. All these things with the examples we have learned, and the crop protection management also. Hope it is clear to you all. So wishing you all a good day. Thank you. May God bless you all.